Today, I want to talk with you about subtle signs that some narcissists show, and that often hurt the soul of those who live close to them. Maybe you're going through this without even realizing it, or you feel that something isn't right, but you can't quite explain why. Perhaps at this very moment, you're looking for an answer. Stay here with me for a few minutes. Maybe this video can help you see some of the faces of the person who hurts you. Because not every narcissist is the way we imagine. Did you know that not every narcissist is loud? That not all of them are seeking attention all the time? Some are discreet, calm. They may even seem emotionally mature. In the beginning, they listen, they agree. They make you feel seen, understood, special. But at some point, something starts to feel off. Not something obvious, just a feeling, a quiet discomfort you can't quite explain. Today, I want to talk with you about 6 subtle signs that you may be dealing with a narcissist, signs that often only become clear once you're already emotionally. At the beginning, the connection feels intense. They like the same things you do. They think like you. They seem to feel the way you feel. It almost feels like you've met your soulmate. This happens because a narcissist observes very carefully what moves you, what hurt you in the past, what you're hoping to find in someone, and then they adapt. This creates a fast and deep sense of intimacy, but over time, something starts to feel strange. Their personality changes depending on who they're with. With you, they're one way. With others, they're different. That's because it was never a true identity. It was a construction. Narcissists often shift opinions, behaviors, and even values depending on the situation. Not out of empathy, but out of convenience. What felt like deep connection was strategy. The blame is never theirs. They rarely take responsibility, but they also don't openly attack you. Instead, they use soft, almost harmless phrases like, "I didn't mean it like that, you misunderstood, you're being too sensitive, I was just trying to help." Slowly, you begin to question yourself, your reactions, your feelings, and quietly, the blame starts changing places. There's no real apology, just confusion, and when you lose trust in your own perception, control becomes much easier. Emotional support is selective. At times, they can seem wonderful, present, attentive, but that only happens when your pain doesn't interfere with them or when it somehow serves their image. When your emotions require real empathy, patience, or humility, they pull away. They get irritated, or they minimize what you're feeling. You start to notice that support comes with conditions. Real empathy is consistent. Narcissistic empathy is convenient. There is a silent competition. In healthy relationships, growth is celebrated, but with a narcissist, it often isn't. When something good happens to you, the atmosphere shifts, not in an obvious way. Just subtly. They listen, they respond, but the enthusiasm doesn't feel real. Sometimes they quickly change the subject. Sometimes they downplay your achievement. Or, almost without noticing, they redirect the focus back to themselves. Over time, you begin to hold back. You stop sharing victories. You shrink stories that once made you proud. Not because anyone asked you to, but because you feel that your light makes them uncomfortable. And when your growth creates tension instead of joy, that's not partnership, that's silent competition. Sign 5, you feel drained, but you can't explain why. There's no clear argument, no obvious offensive words. And yet, after spending time with this person, you feel different. Tired, mentally heavy, as if something has been taken from you. Sometimes you can't even point to what happened. There was no specific moment, but there was an impact. The body often understands before the mind does. It reacts to tension, emotional imbalance, and invisible psychological games. Healthy relationships bring rest, not constant exhaustion. You slowly start losing yourself. This is one of the hardest signs to notice because it doesn't happen all at once. It happens slowly. You begin to measure your words. Think twice before speaking. Avoid certain topics, reactions, or behaviors. Not because someone told you to, but because over time you learned it was safer that way. You adapt to keep the peace, to avoid conflict, to prevent something you can't fully explain, until one day you realize you're no longer acting naturally. You don't fully recognize yourself anymore. When a relationship requires you to shrink who you are in order to function, that isn't love. It's control disguised as normality. As you listened to these signs, maybe certain moments came to mind. Situations that once felt too small to matter. Feelings you ignored because you couldn't explain them. Doubts you pushed aside so you wouldn't seem dramatic. Not all harm comes in the form of aggression. Sometimes it comes through silence, through confusion, through a constant discomfort that refuses to go away. Understanding these patterns isn't about labeling people, it's about understanding yourself, recognizing what nourishes you and what slowly erases you. And above all, remembering that healthy relationships never ask you to disappear, stay quiet, or lose yourself just to be accepted. Now, I want to ask you something honestly. Have you been through or are you going through any of these situations? If you feel comfortable, write in the comments. Sometimes putting things into words is already a first step toward healing. And if you know someone who might be experiencing something similar, share this video. Let's create a chain of awareness, kindness, and support. Because many people are still suffering in silence without understanding why. If this content resonated with you, like the video and subscribe to Mind Uncovered now. We still have a lot to talk about.